the thing I was talking about, I had to pause the camera because I got a phone call. People use words to mean something they want it to mean, and one thing you can do about that is disregard the implied meaning that's just meant to keep you down, and say what you want, how you want to say it. Another example of these words was control used to mean restraint, implying that if you're not restrained, that you don't have a choice about how you do things. There are all kinds of terms like that, and you need to look at that. Another thing people do to keep you down is they speak in absolutes, and they ignore you or interrupt you or intimidate you to shut you up when you point out other options. The other thing people in these groups, these are usually religious groups, even mainstream religious groups do this stuff, they take something as completely different, or it's not what you think. All these excuses to not explain things that are loopholes in their arguments, like, oh, but when guns showed up in the late Middle Ages, it was a game break, you could kill from long distance. As what about bows and arrows? Turns out, well, bows and arrows were even more so because they were much more reliable than early handguns. And there's all kinds of stuff that, like, people don't want you to ask because they don't have a way to dismiss it to get the information they want you to have. So, critically analyze these things. As a teacher, talk to the school board. But don't bring the school board because they'll shut you down. Bring it to the news media and the courts. That's the other thing that people do. Like, there's a few things that you can do to win every time. Take the initiative. Go all the way. Barring incompetence, you take the initiative and you go all the way, you win. It's like gunfights, you know, if you shoot first, you won. Unless you were a bad shot or you're slow on the draw, or he saw it coming, or regardless, you gotta be really bad and the other guy's gotta be really good. Same is true for self-defense, you know. It's like, there are a lot of even in like these reality fighting systems, you see in Black Belt, there's a lot of situations where you basically let somebody make the first move and they make a mistake and exploit it, and that's their main strategy. This should be a backup strategy. It can work. Your main strategy should be, just like in a gunfight, hit first as soon as you know there's a threat. Tim Larkin, Target Focus Training, he talks a lot about that. Another thing people do in martial arts to tell you this doesn't work, forget it. You know, if anybody tells you to forget everything you know about anything, you're in a cult, and they're trying to literally brainwash you, clear away all the thoughts that get in the way of believing what they tell you to believe. And a lot of people say, oh, high kicks don't work, kicking doesn't work. Yeah, it does. There are people who make kicking work in a fight. And the thing about martial arts, it's all about whether you're strong enough to do that in a real fight. And whether those muscles and bones are conditioned to do those moves. The other thing is, it's the same way with any kind of power. The things you can get away with saying, wearing. It all comes down to, do you have the confidence to pull that off? And just like, you know, doing a bitch move in karate, you know, only if it's really, really bad can nobody pull it off. Again, the other thing is, in terms of people telling you not to say certain words, or not to say certain things direct, and teach you to be indirect, teach you to be passive, teach you to be dependent on other people, or just as bad as dependent on other people, to not ask for help. If you show annoyance when your kids ask for help, or you refuse help in front of them, they will learn to not accept help. You have to accept help. You have to be able to answer questions. And another parenting advice, if you are not able to listen to your kids because you're busy, tell them, I'm busy tell them, when I'm done with this, I'm all ears, and then follow up with that. Another thing is, don't assume the worst if that's not likely the case. As I said earlier, if you can't prove it, you don't know that's true, be realistic about just why people do and don't do things. Lastly, try to avoid accusing people if you don't clearly see that's the case. I think I've been with already. They think people to take your power away is they teach you that you need things to have power. A lot of things just are a confidence boost. And a lot of things also, it really doesn't help, sometimes it even hurts you. The thing is, a lot of people tell you, this will poison you, this will make you sick, this will take your medicine, you know? Know what can and can't hurt you. And that doesn't happen. And again, scientific method. Why? It doesn't make sense. It probably isn't true. Other thing people do is bonafide saying you're a cult. I don't need to explain. Don't ask why. Just take my word for it. You know. That's blatantly naive. If they're demanding that you not think, basically. And that's not good.